The hills are alive with the smell of bullshit. Bullshit that has stunk for 1,000 years. Oh, God, that sounded like shit, didn't it? Oh, man. So, not only do we have both sides of this argument talking about fairy tale dreams and sugar plum fairies and fruity colored teardrops and things like or fruity flavored teardrops. Both sides of the equation are doing this. But oh, then we come to Doctor Who. Okay, the Doctor Who page on Facebook, because they released the statement on one of the pages stating some believe the tale of the child that boycott was found and went on, and then the other one is, of course, others believe the story of the old man who stole a box, and then proclaims, get ready for this, that the timeless child storyline has been scrapped. And I'm like, how did you get scrapped from that? They just basically said you can believe one or you can believe the other. They never said anything about scrapping it. And for those folks, who even know what the hell I'm talking about, if you honestly believe that that Art or Russell T Davies is going to walk in there and shit all over his friend's work in like the first few minutes of the upcoming specials, I have sad news for you. It's likely never going to happen. One of the things RTD couldn't stand, and this is noted if you go look for it, was that he did not for one iota of a second like the idea of Gallifrey being resurrected. He had never had any intention on it. The thing with the end of time and all that was supposed to be a one-off escape attempt, and that was it. Yet now, they're claiming he's going to do the same thing to his buddy Chris Chibnall, who he's known for years. Highly doubt it's going to happen. The timeless children are there forever. Always. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha. That's what I mean. Gallifrey was okay to pop up once in every eternity. It was never meant to be this grand, It's kind of like, let's go to Camelot. Well, on the other hand, let's not. It's a rather silly place. Let's go to Gallifrey. Let's not. It's a rather boring place. You know, plus I'm loving how everybody goes, Gallifrey must be there. Gallifrey. Like, dude, Gallifrey didn't even have a name for the first 2 or 3 seasons of this show. Or first 2 or 3 doctors, I mean. You mean the Eye of Harmony on Gallifrey? Well, obviously, that's another thing that got changed along the way. Is that TARDIS, TARDIS is, TARDIS I, TARDIS whatever, a murderer TARDIS is, however you want to say it, do not require to be powered by Gallifrey. They now apparently have their own black hole power source. Plus the fact that a TARDIS dying is going to blow up the universe. Yeah, the Gallifreyans had how many TARDISes running around and the universe was still here? Might take out a galaxy, I'd say, but come on. Yep, Terror of the Autons, very key episode. Yeah, introduced, the Master. I died laughing because I was watching somebody doing a classic reaction. That can't possibly be the Master. I'm like, yep, it is. It's like, also introduced us to Jo Grant, because Barry Letts didn't pick up Caroline John's contract because he felt the character of Liz Shaw was too logical, too cerebral, however you want to put it. Yeah. Roger Delgado was a very, very tough act to follow. And, sadly we lost him way too, way too early, way too young, in such a mishap. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would take out a galaxy or something large like that, but I don't think it would wipe out the universe. One of the things I loved that they brought up in Big Finish was there apparently was a TARDIS graveyard. And it was also in an alternate dimension. It had nothing to do with House or any of that crap. Because the Doctor took a TARDIS there. I think it was in the Axis of Insanity, I want to say. In Big Finish, if I'm remembering the title correctly, because it's been years since I listened to that one. That's where TARDISes, TARDISi, whatever, literally go to die. Yeah. They had a much larger story plan for Pertwee's final episode and all that, where you find out the Master's his brother and all that, and the Master sacrifices himself to save the Doctor. But the problem is, sadly, Roger Delgado passed away, which was one of the chain events that led to Jon Pertwee saying, I've had enough and I'm going to go. Yeah, Torchwood, came off a hell of a lot better in class. I know that much. Oh, man. I have no idea to this day what they were on when they, were thinking Class was going to be a big hit. I can just barely remember that guy's name who started off Class. Was it Patrick Ness, was it? I'm like, I can barely remember that guy's name. Because he bailed on the show before it was even officially canceled, because he knew it was getting canceled. He was all over the place. Yeah, Patrick Ness. Okay, I did have it right. Thanks. I completely forgot the guy's name for a minute there, because it's like, well, yeah, we got Crying Charlie. Yeah, he's got this big weapon that the Doctor just let him take to Earth. And it was a real bummer, dude. And that whole thing with what's his nuts in his leg, what was that all about? And he's King Kick-Ass, and then time to run for the hills. Oh, gosh. Oh. Sorry, I don't know. I slept pretty good today. I don't know why I'm tired. Yeah, and that whole shared heart thing, so that we can have stone people boinking. Yeah, it's tied. Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, it was the rift caused by this, blah blah, TARDIS materializing and blah blah and dematerial blah blah. And I'm like, that's not even Coal Hill School. Well, Big Finish covered, like I said, I tried to listen to the Class Big Finish. I didn't make it through the first episode, I think, of the first series. Because I'm sitting there going, oh my God, it's still sillier than hell. Nobody knows nothing. As far as I know, as of midnight tonight, we are on strike. And like I said, I don't want to go too much into it, because free speech is dead in this country, and saying the wrong thing can land you on the bad side of nowhere. but we used to not be afraid of what we used to have to say and things like that. Let's just say that both sides are spewing bull about as much as the NMDs are. And I've not heard anything, about us not being, I said, but it just weirds me out because, well, these plants are going on strike, but the rest of them are going to keep running with no contract. And I'm like, yeah, you're really making a statement there. Yeah, you're really sticking it to the man. Yep, it's the have-nots, and sooner or later the have-nots have said, well, we've had enough of having not, and it happens. And I think with the madness going on out there, it's reaching boiling point. I was really hoping I wouldn't see it get this far before I left the planet, but like I said, I don't care who's president as long as I can remember what their name is when they get up in the morning. I like that. Everyone's like, well, how come, you're not voting for, if you're really this guy, you should be voting for our current president. I'm like, dude, the guy's going to be 84, you're going on 85 years old when election time comes. He is literally the oldest president to ever hold office. And then they want me to vote for another geriatric guy. I know. The one thing that was driving me insane was, the whole thing with Maui. The fires and all that. Then you've got, like I said, I don't want to say anything bad about Dwayne Johnson because I love The Rock. I love the things he's done and all that. But come on, Oprah, who's worth somewhere in the neighborhood, whose net worth is around $3 billion, who owns property on Maui, who is asking for money to help the dispossessed. And I can't remember how many square acres she owns, but you know what she did to help the dispossessed? When the fires started raging, she hired her own personal firefighting unit to make sure that her property remained untouched. She hired an additional private security force to make sure nobody could escape to her land. And you see, it's irony. It's like this lady came up from nothing. She should know what it's like to be trapped in a situation. And it seems to me like she's just playing the fact she don't care, or that she cares. Then she's got the nerve to go on and ask people, the rest of us on the planet who can barely keep ends, meeting, or keep, both ends in the center tied, can barely, pay the rent and keep our food on the table for money. Hell, what that lady makes in 1 year, she could probably rebuild Maui. She could probably rebuild the whole island. Ugh. Yet J.K. Rowling, who's now the force of all evil because she doesn't agree with a certain philosophy, actively has donated millions to charity over years. Millions of dollars. But now she's the Antichrist. Oh, well. You gotta love how this world works, man. It's a crazy, crazy place where your greatest enemy and the thing they fear the most is the truth. And anyone who tells it is outcast, exile. Well, I got to get going, folks, because, I covered the damn phone with my thumb again. Okay. Well, the thing is this. A lot of folks, like I said, it's kind of ironic. Everybody's cheering and jumping up and down when Once again, the one thing I kept hearing is his music was getting too repetitive. But oh well. What can you do? All you can say is I'm looking forward to it. Folks, like I said, as I get information, maybe I'll post some stuff up, because as far as I know, it's midnight tonight. We are on strike. So take care, everybody. Enjoy your weekends. I probably will not be on this tomorrow because we'll be on strike. But if that changes, I'll try to remember to put something on the community page. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. And take care, everybody. See you on the flip side.